What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this exercise, we're going to create a fire protection system. Okay, so the process in creating a fire protection system is we're going to, of course, we need to place the sprinkler heads that we will be using for our project. And then after that, we're going to select the sprinkler heads and then we will be creating sprinkler system. And then we're going to create a layout path and then we are going to save the changes. So that's it. So in this exercise, we're going to create and lay out a wet and a dry fire protection system. Okay, we are creating a sprinkler layout and the fire protection piping plan for a small room area, which is this area here, and for the hallway of our conference center. This is the hallway area here. So this is the hallway. Okay, so the sprinkler that we'll be placing here is ceiling hosted. So we need to check if we have a ceiling in this area. So I'm going to select this lighting fixture. Let me click this and then select the selection box to create the box area on that one. And then the selection box is turned on here, the section box, but it's not showing. So if that's the case, just click this icon here, reveal hidden elements, and then you will now see your section box. Just click that and then I'm gonna unhide it and then toggle reveal hidden element. All right, and then I'm gonna select the section box and then go back again to my second floor fire protection ceiling plan, and then the section box is still selected. So I'll be adjusting that something like this and then go back again to the 3D view, and there you go. So I noticed that there's no ceiling here actually. So I'm gonna create a ceiling here. Let me just select again the section box and then go to the floor plan or ceiling plan and then adjust this. I just want to see how did they create the ceiling. I think they have a ceiling here. Like that. See, there's a ceiling here. So let me change the discipline here to coordination and then SD for shaded view. Okay, so that's the ceiling. So that's the ceiling that I would like to create for me to be able to host the sprinkler. Okay, just for this exercise, even if that is not part of the design. So I just want to place a ceiling here so that I can place my sprinkler. Okay, so I'm gonna create a ceiling. So what's the height of this ceiling? So this is 2450 millimeters. Okay, so let me go back again to my ceiling plan and then let's create a ceiling. Okay, so to create a ceiling, so I need to go to the file options and then let's go to user interface because I unchecked the architecture tab before since I don't use that. So now that I'm gonna create a ceiling, so I'm gonna check that and then okay, architecture tab. So let's create a ceiling and the height is 2450 and okay, that's it. And then I'm gonna sketch it. Okay, so sketch. So let me use here pick lines. So I'm gonna pick here. I'll just create a quick one just for the sake of this exercise. Okay, what else? This side here, pick. Okay, and I'm gonna place one here, one here. Oops. Okay. All right, and to here, here. Okay, then I'm gonna clean up the corners using trim extend the corner because the idea of creating your ceiling, the boundary should be close, no intersection, no overlapping. So make sure they are closed nicely No intersection, no overlapping. There you go. Okay. Here to here, here to here. Let's clean up the corners. Okay. Of course, you can always create a non-hosted family so that you don't need to have a host for you to be able to place your sprinkler, for example. And then from here to here. Oops. No, should be create another line here. This one, and then trim again. Trim extend to corner. And let's clean this up. Here to here, here to here. Then just delete this line. So make sure there is no excess lines and it should be close. No overlapping. So that's how you create the sketch or the boundary of your ceiling. All right, then I'll just use this one, 600 by 600, and then just finish off. Oh, so where's this? Okay, so there's an intersection somewhere here. So I'll just continue. This one, okay, we don't need that line. Let's finish again. There you go. All right. Okay, so now that we have our ceiling, so let me just go back to the systems here. So from the plumbing and piping, I'm gonna select here sprinkler. So let's click this. And then from the properties, so you will be able to see here from the type selector, you'll be able to see here the loaded sprinklers that is already in the project. So you just need to select from here. So for this one, I'm gonna use a dry system or dry pendant semi-recessed hosted sprinkler. So I'll be using 15 mm dry pendant. So just click that one. And then make sure the placement here is placed on face. We're gonna place that on the face. And then we're gonna place it here. There you go. All right. So let me select the ceiling that I have created. So where is that? Is it this? Okay, so this one, I'm gonna just use here generic. Okay, generic, and then let's go back again to our floor on our ceiling plan. Okay, there you go. So I just changed the type. So after that, we're going to copy this. Okay, so we're going to copy. Let me select this. And then I'm gonna select copy. Multiple constraint. I'm gonna pick the base point here. And then I'm gonna move the pointer down. And then I'll just type the distance. Let's say 2,700 mil. There you go. And I'm also going to create one to the right, 2,700 as well, 2,700, enter. Oh, no, it should be this one. So select this, copy, pick the base point, 2,700, move 2,700, that's it. Okay, so this one I'll just delete. Okay, and then let me just select this, copy, base point, move down to 700. There you go. And then modify. Okay. And then we're going to copy multiple sprinklers. So let me select this all, these two here. Select that. And then copy multiple base point to 700. 2700, or you can also do your AutoCAD way of copying elements. So let me turn off the selection here. So I'm gonna select this, only the sprinkler. So I'm gonna hold the shift to deselect the lighting fixture, and then let's copy this. Copy, here's my base point, pick that. Then I'm gonna place it here, that one, Then I'm gonna place it here, that one, then this one. There you go. Okay, I'm not gonna place all the sprinklers for the whole building because it will really take a lot of time, right? So, but you get the idea. So you just need to place all the sprinklers that you needed, right? Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do here is I'm going to create now the system. Okay, so let's create the system for our model. Okay, so let's create a system. So let's select one of the sprinkler here. Okay, so let's click that one, and then from the create systems, just click here piping, click the piping, and then automatically fire protection dry is selected here because the connector for this family is fire protection dry. So let me just check that. Let me show you. So select this, edit family. Okay, so here on the family editor, this is the connector. So if I click this connector here, you can see that the system classification there is fire protection dry. You can actually change that if you want to different system here, but the pipe that I would like to be created for this particular family is I want that to be fire protection dry. Okay, so let me just close that. No need to save. So let's click one. Okay, and then let's create a piping here. Let's click that. Okay, and then let us now put a name here. So this is my second floor, fire protection dry. Okay, and then let's open in system editor. So when you tick that box and then you select OK, it will automatically open up the piping system, the edit piping system. Why do we need to do that? Because I want to add all the other sprinklers to the system, because currently this is the only sprinkler that is added to my second floor fire protection dry. So I also would like to add all the other sprinklers, and by default here you will notice on the edit piping system, add the system is already selected. So we are now going to select these sprinklers like this. Select, and that's it. Okay, and then after that, just finish editing system. That's it. So you now have a system here. So if you go to your system browser to check your system, you will notice you now have here one piping system. So if you expand that, so you have here one fire protection, right? So you have fire protection dry, that's the name of your system. And then these are the sprinklers that is part of that system. You see it's now all highlighted here. Okay, and then after that, you can now automate creating the piping, right? So let's say, let me just close the system browser here. So I'm going to click one of the sprinkler that is part of the system. And then after that, here from the layout, of course, you can do this manually, right? But let me just do this automatically. So from the layout, I'm going to select here, generate layout. And then you can see here a network piping solution. So we have network here. Okay, so this is the network solution. The blue color ones here, the blue lines, those are the main pipes. The green lines, those are the branch pipe. Okay, and then if you go to settings here, if you click that, you can change here the setting of your main pipe and then your branch pipe. For the main pipe, you can change the pipe type here. If you have created other type of pipes, you can select from here, and then you can also change here the offset or the height of the pipe that you will be creating. Okay, so let's say for example for the height, I'm gonna change this to let's say 3,500. I want a higher pipe. Okay, our ceiling is like 2,450 if I remember it correctly. So I want my pipe to be 3,500, for example. So you can change that later on manually. Don't worry. So for the branch, so you can also change this. So let's say 3,500. I'll just use the standard pipe here. Okay, standard. And then I'll just select here, okay. Okay, so now for the solution here, instead of network, so this is the network. So instead of network, I'll use here perimeter. And then I'm not gonna change the inset or the offset here. Okay, let me just quickly show you what inset do. So let's say I'll just make this exaggerated like 400. So you will notice there's an offset that is happening, right? So if I make it 200, you see there's an offset that is happening. So that's the inset distance. So let me just put again the default like that, or just make it 230. Okay, and then for the perimeter, I'll use here, let's say 2 of 5. So this is how 2 of 5 do. So I prefer this kind of layout. Okay, and then of course, there's no slope for that. Okay, and then after that, just finish the layout. Then that's it. There you go. So you just created your piping. So right now it shows here single line, but if I'm gonna change the detail level to fine, you'll be able to see that in 3D. And then maybe you can turn on the thin lines here, and then you can now see your model. Okay, of course this is not the actual size of your sprinkler, this is just a symbol. Okay, so let's check this one out in 3D view. Then change this to plumbing. See, there's now your model, right? Okay, now like what I have said earlier, you can still change the height of your pipe there. Okay, let me change this to coordination because our pipe is too high. It's actually clashing with this one, so let me change that. Okay, so let me go to plumbing. Okay, let me click this pipe and then let's lower it down. So if this sprinkler is 2450, so maybe I'll just make this 2700. There you go. Right, again, you can still change that one. Coordination, and then there you go. So there's now our piping using the perimeter. So that's for our area here on our hallway. Okay, now so let us try to create another one here. So by the way, this one is a dry system. Okay, so that's the diameter of the pipe, 15 mm. Again, you can change the sizes of your fittings, the sizes of your pipes manually, depending on your design. Okay, now in this room, so let's create another sprinkler system in this room here. Okay, so let me go to the systems tab, and then let's select my sprinkler. So let's click the sprinkler. Okay, and then for the type here, I'll be using here M sprinkler pendant hosted, this one. Okay, I'll just use 15 mm pendant. Okay, so I'll click this one, and then again, so make sure place on face is selected because we will be placing that on our ceiling. And there you go. So there's our guideline here, and then there's your guideline there, and then now you can now place it. All right, and then the next thing that we'll be doing, we're going to copy that just like what we did on our hallway. Okay, so let's select modify to terminate the tool, and then let's copy this. So the distance for that is, let's say, 3000 apart. So let me click this, hold control, and then click this sprinkler. Let's copy this base point somewhere here, then type go up 3000, enter, go up 3000, enter, and then modify. There you go. Okay, so now the next thing that we'll be doing is to create the sprinkler system, right? So to create the sprinkler system, I'm gonna select my sprinkler again and then select the piping. So this time, the connector that was used to create this family, this sprinkler is wet. Okay, so that's why you can see here system type is fire protection wet. Okay, then let's change the name here. So this will gonna be our second floor fire protection wet. Then let's open in system editor. Okay, and add to system is selected, so let's select all the remaining sprinklers to be added to our system. Second floor fire protection wet, and then just finish that. There you go. Okay, and then let's create now the layout. So let's click this, let's create the piping, let's click this one, and then after that let's copy, layout. There's the generate layout. Okay, so let's click this one. Okay, and then after that, we are now ready to use the solution type here. So this time, instead of perimeter, I'll just use network. So network 1 of 2, and then let's check out the settings here. Okay, so for the main pipe, the blue line, that's the blue line, your main pipe, the height is, let's say, 2,900. Okay, and then same with the branch, 2,900, and then okay. Then just finish layout. There you go. And then let's select this. Select here, selection box. There you go. All right, there you go. So there's your model. Okay. If you click one, you can still change the height of that. So let's say 2,700. See, it goes all down. Then just click outside. So there you go. So basically, this is how you create your fire protection system. Okay, so it's not that difficult. So of course, you can do it manually, and you can also do it automatically. Okay, so that's it for this simple exercise. So hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.